Let's start out by entering a repair order for this particular BMW. I'm going to make sure I've got a service advisor assigned, and I'm going to assign it to vehicle on site. So this way, Auto Vitals is going to know the vehicle has been dropped off. Shortly thereafter, it should appear in the No Tech column, ready to dispatch. Now that it's appeared, we can see that it's got lots of information here. It's got an alignment on it. It's got an inspection that needs to be done. And it's got a time sensitive. We're going to look and see which one of our technicians can handle the job. We've got one that says no activity, which is a good indication they're ready for some work. So we're going to go ahead and dispatch it to them. What I'm going to do is get their tablet up on the screen. I'm going to hold down the left mouse button, drag it and drop it on them and put them in the number 1 position. I'm going to apply all the jobs to them to do. And you can see they immediately get alerted on their tablet they've got some work to do. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to press dismiss. And this is the first time this vehicle's been here, so I'm going to go ahead and take a profile picture of it so that way it can be used across all visits. And now I can see that the service writer has actually said that this is the number 1 priority. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the mileage because the service advisor didn't get it by tapping on the odometer. I'm going to press OK. Then what I'm going to do is open it and read the repair order. So I got to see I've got a inspection to do on it. And let's start through our inspection. So we've got no problems on it so far. I'm going to do my walk around pictures. What I want to do is get enough information on this so the service advisor's got everything they need to do without asking me any questions. So I'm going to get the license plate number. I'm going to get a nice picture of the front where it's got the kidneys ripped out of it. I'm going to get a picture of the right rear of the car. I'm going to get a picture of the left rear of the car. I'm going to get a picture of the back of the car. And again, what we're doing is looking to go ahead and protect ourselves for damage claims. And also to answer any questions the service writer might have. So here I want to get the door plaque where I could go ahead and get the build date, tire sizes, tire pressure, all that good information. And that is the last picture I'm going to do on that particular topic. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on and start going through our inspection. Our rear wiper on this car is torn. We see that the appropriate notes are filled in there. We get our reference image. We're going to snap a picture of it. We're going to accept the notes that are already pre-populated. We're going to drag our arrow pointing right to the smearage. And we're going to point to the wiper blade. We're going to press done. There's no problem with the headlights, so we don't need a picture. No problem with the brake lights, so we're going to pass on that. No problem on the turn signals. And now we had detected there's a problem with the hood struts because it's tried to slam on our fingers. We're going to see the notes are automatically populated. We're going to snap a picture. And we're going to drag one arrow pointing to the one strut so the customer knows that It's got 2 of them. We're going to add a second arrow. We're going to point to the other one, and we're going to press done. It's going to advance to the next topic. The oil on this is extremely dirty. It's going to recommend that it has an oil change done. We're going to snap a picture of it, and we're going to drag the arrow pointing right to it on the dipstick. Of course, it would have been better to use a white background here, but that's what we got to work with. We're going to check the air filter, and we're going to see that it's extremely dirty. We're going to come over here, and we're going to take a picture of the filthy air filter. We're going to press done, accept the notes, and put an arrow pointing right toward the nastiness. We're going to find the cabin air filter, got it pulled out, and we can see that it's automatically put the right information in there. We're going to snap a picture of it. I'm going to go ahead and drag the arrow pointing right to it. Maybe add a second one pointing to where the filter is kind of damaged right here in this area. Even though the battery is in great shape, we're going to take a picture of it so that way we can use it to show change over time. We're going to drag a nice green arrow pointing right to it. The serpentine belt has got some fraying going on, and also the tensioner is making some noise. You can see that it's added the appropriate notes for both of the conditions, and now we're going to add some notes for the service advisor. I'm going to tap into field. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to use the microphone. This has a 135 amp alternator. The main belt is the one that needs to be replaced. New line. The main tensioner needs to be replaced. It is the one with the smooth pulley. New paragraph. Estimated labor time 3.0 hours. I'm going to tap to close the clipboard. I'm going to press next. I'm going to get my picture. I'm going to accept the notes. I'm going to drag the arrow into a place where it's pointing right to the frayed edge of the belt. I'm going to add a second arrow pointing right to the pulley that's got the smooth surface on it. We got coolant level is low prior to service. It's going to automatically recommend what needs to be done about it. We're going to take the supporting document picture. We're going to move an arrow right over to where the water pump is seeping. We're going to tap on the notepad and bring it back up again. There are stains around the water pump, so it is needing to be replaced, and there may be more. Needs to be tested first, period. Now we're going to press done. We're going to move on to the power steering fluid, and we're going to recommend to replace based on the fluid condition. You see that it's put that nice yellow arrow on it because it's not an emergency, so we built this into the inspection sheet. We're going to move on to the brake fluid. Our brake fluid moisture detector says it's above 3%, so we're going to tap on it. It's going to recommend the right notes and the right job. We're going to take a picture of the tool because a measurement with a tool is worth a lot more than an opinion. Transmission fluid is a sealed unit. And we don't need to take a picture of it. The motor mounts have some visually broken, So we're going to come over here and we're going to put some notes in here. We're going to take an arrow and point right to the mote that's damaged. I'm going to tap on the note and bring it back up. This is the lower mount at the firewall where it attaches to the transmission, period. It has an electrical connector going to it. Make sure we get the right part, period. And done. And now the rest of it doesn't have any issues, so we're going to skip by. At this time, we're going to submit the inspection to the service advisor by pressing the work order tab. And we're going to mark the inspection 100% complete. And we're going to keep working on other items on a repair order. We can see that the repair order has been submitted, or the inspection has been submitted by the technician. We can clear this and open it up and take a look at it. We can look down through it and make sure that it's been fully completed. So far, so good. We get down in the red area and we can see all the notes are here. We can see the note that's been added here has had some additional information put on it. So we're going to tap in there and expand it a little bit to go ahead and look at it. We can see in the shop eyes only note area, it gave us a lot of information about how to get the right parts ordered. And we've got some here. We're going to go up and look at the images on here. Look it over, and we're going to tap over here, and we've got a few notes that need to be done. So we're going to go ahead and copy this across. It's going to automatically approve it. We're going to tap on the next one here, and we can see that we've got some other notes that have been added here. We're going to exit out of here. We can see that it's automatically turned it over to creating estimate. What we're going to do is use the work order update button to bring everything over into Protractor so we can estimate it. We found lots of items on this BMW. And we can close out of here while we're waiting to do our estimate. And the technician's still working along on it. Let's open this up and take a look at it. So you can see that it's added all the jobs that the technician discovered and documented. We're going to finish up this estimate, and after we finish up the estimate, complete, we're going to save it as vehicle on site. We're going to come back over here to say waiting for approval. So let's go ahead and click on the inspection. Let's hit the view button. Let's take one last look over it before we send it. All my pictures and notes are here. I don't have any red question marks where anything hasn't been approved or disapproved. I'm going to hit the arrow to go back to the top. I'm going to hit the send button. And I'm going to send it to the customer so they can look it over when we're not interrupting them, and then have them call the shop. I'm going to close this out. Now you see the countdown has started. You can see that they've got several other text messages from us. The customer can just tap on it with their thumb. They can open up that inspection sheet, and they can start going through it. The first thing they'll notice is a picture of their own car. They can see the information about what service writer and technician is working on it to share it with a friend if they want to. They can go down through here and look and see at the services that are already being performed. They can go into the good area and look. They can tap on a picture and see in detail. They can close it up and they can go into the failed items, and then they can start scrolling through it understanding what's going on. Maybe they don't know what a hood shock is, so they can tap on a picture and they can see exactly what they would see if they were at the shop. We're going to go down there and show them a picture of their air filter, and you can see that it's pointing right to it. It tells them what it is, what needs to be done, and why they should do it. There's some informational videos here that they can play to learn more about their vehicle.
Have you ever wanted to know more about your auto repairs but were afraid to ask your mechanic?
So everything they need to make good decisions is all contained on the inspection results, and you can see here that they're actually engaging with it. So we want to see a 240-second minimum, but again, they're engaging with it, so that's good. So let's pretend the customer called the shop now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this as customer called. I'm going to go over the inspection results with them. They can be looking it over on their phone while I'm looking it over on today's vehicle page. I might ask them a couple questions about a failed topic. What do you think about your air filter? Get some feedback from them. So let's switch back over to the management system and let's talk about the money part. So I'm going to open this up. Best practices to come over here where it says review all services. We can start unchecking the things that they don't want to do today. So maybe they don't want to do these items today. They want to do the wiper blade. They want to diagnose the check engine light. They probably want to find out about the coolant. And other things they're going to put off. So we're going to say apply packages. We're going to put a note in there when they want to do them. And now while we're talking about the customer, we can hit save here. And we can talk to the customer, answer some more details about that. Maybe go ahead and do our authorization. And then we can hit the Save As button. And then after they're done, then what we're going to do is we're going to move this over to waiting for work finished and get the technician to finish up the jobs on it. We're going to move it to waiting for work finished. We can now see that the jobs and hours have updated here and on top. We're going to open this and look at it, and you can see that the new jobs have been added. And you can see the deferred jobs are listed here so the technician can see that they have been actually estimated and presented to customer. So they've been working on these other jobs, and as they come down through here, new jobs that have been added or anything that's been changed is going to be highlighted with this yellow border. If the technician taps anywhere on there, they can see that they have read it. So this is their little reminder that they have looked at it. Now they can go about the rest of the work. And what I'm going to do is give an example here. I'm going to tap and add some notes here. When pressure testing, it was discovered the radiator cap was loose. It was pushing the coolant out of the reservoir, period. The rest of the cooling system pressurizes fully without any problems, period. The stains on the water pump appear to be very old, no active leaks, period. The code stored was for a large evaporative system leak. When testing, the gas cap was loose, period. Testing the gas cap, it does pass, period. The cap has been installed and properly tightened, period. The system passes its own evaporative system self-test at this time. Codes are cleared, period. Advise customer to tighten the gas cap at least to the point they hear clicks, period. or maybe make sure their car is stored someplace where somebody isn't getting access to tampering with the gas cap, period. So we've added some notes here. We're going to pretend that all these jobs are done, so we're going to mark them 100% complete. As they mark them complete, they're going to go out of the in progress. They're going to go over to the completed area, and you'll see the times update on the top of the screen and on the bottom of the tiles. So let's finish this repair order up. Now all the jobs are marked complete. We're going to take one more look through them. We're going to hit the submit button. We're going to enter the out mileage. And it's going to disappear from the technician's tablet, and they can go on working on other things. And at this time, they're going to take a lunch before they start doing anything else. You can now see that when all the jobs are marked 100% complete, you can see that there's a big green check mark on here. The service writer gets a message here and a task created. And what we're going to do here is we're going to finish this one up. So whenever it's sent in complete, what we want to do is we want to look through here and make sure all the jobs are marked 100% complete. We want to look for any notes that were added and make sure we understand them. If they're meant for the customer to see, we're going to press the space bar and tab off, and now this is approved. We're going to read through the rest of it, checking. We see some more notes over here. We see that all this information here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to send these notes and also the technician job assignments back to Protractor. We're going to do that by pressing the work order update button. It's going to tell us that it sent them. We're going to use the CRM Next tab to look over and prepare for the next service visit, which this customer here is set for 6 months. It had a maintenance visit done this time. We're going to look over the point of sale recommendations. So this is what was deferred, not done this time. Here's the inspections with the pictures. You can see that everything that was done today has actually been removed from the list. We're going to do a little quality control and see what that next reminder is going to look like. We can see that it's repurposed the inspection results. So these are in the failed area. And then the transmission fluid was actually in the future area. And we can see that it's actually repurposed the pictures with the arrow and the notes on it to further engage the customer about what needs to be done to their vehicle. We're going to move it over to ready for pickup. Let's move back over to Protractor and see what's happened here. We see a nice big green bar here where the jobs have been marked complete. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on a few of these and make sure that it brought in the technician assignment, which it did. All these jobs are marked complete. Maybe check one more. And so you can see the technician assignments have been brought back in. And now this vehicle is ready for the customers to pick up. We can move it over to work completed. After it's paid and posted in Protractor, it'll be removed from the today's vehicle page on the waiting for pickup, and it will send the customer whatever messages the shop's been configured for.